pelvis or the SI. Sorry, the pelvis or the lumbar spine. Okay, lumbar spine, positive H&I test. Pelvis, what happens? How do we know it's unstable? The driver testing helps stabilize it when you pick up the Gillette test for stability, right? And then during column 1, we will realize it was weak. Okay, so what do? We go 2.5 centimeters inward, okay? You press down until you get into the transverse abdominis, then you spread it apart like this. Right? So you go E-O-I-O-T-R-A, right? E-O-I-O-T-R-A, spread, right, to get tension to the muscle, okay? You see how she's looking up there? Doesn't help because the rectus abdominis is kicking in. That's okay. I'm not doing anything crazy, all right? Now, you give them the verbal cue, right? Pull, right? These two together, right? So okay, pull two together, and then relax, okay? And then do it again, okay? And she's very like I-O dominant, like a big bulge in my hand. How do I confirm that? Can you relax me, please? So do this, right? Fire again. Hold it there. Less motion, okay? Let's use ultrasound to see what's going on. Remember, the top part is more superficial. Then we get the deep part over here. Okay, it's really cool. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on, eh? Okay, all right. All right, T-R-A-I-O, okay? All right, pull together, please. And relax. Do it again, pull. And relax, okay? So you see how what she's doing here is sliding, right? Good. It's sliding, but it's not bulging up. Okay? So do it again. And relax. Okay? So obviously if you're gonna have access to real-time ultrasound, right, you're gonna have to feel it, right? Because the problem is that her IO just bulges right out. So it's very hard to tell if the TRA is working because the IO is totally taken over. So by palpation, but by looking at the machine, the TRA is barely contracting there. Okay? So the IO is really dominant, and the TRA say, oh, I don't have to work. Got it? Okay? So what do? We need to relax this IO. Okay? So what do? Right? Always remember, the first thing you always do is just change the verbal command before you try anything else. Okay? So let me see. Okay. So let's move your pubic bone over here to your tailbone. Can you try that? And relax. Okay. And can you do that again? Alright, and that's not really helping that much. Alright? Okay. So that command doesn't work for her as well. Okay? So remember, it's hard, right? Can you do it again? Okay? And you know, the obliques is just doing all the work. Relax, relax, relax. Alright? Wiggle. Alright? Turn down TRA. Right? So you're using our IO. Okay? So what I tried different commands that's not working. Okay? So we need just to relax this muscle over here. Okay? You could try different positions too, right? But a lot of times I find you just have to release that muscle. Okay? So the internal obliques go where they were, right? So like that, right? That's E-O-I-O, right? So they go from here to here, okay? So what you do is you go down like this manner over here, right? Yep, I feel the hypertonicity right here, right? Just like doing the rectus spine muscle. So we want to do a positional release technique of this muscle over here, okay? So what can you do, right? Easy intramuscular technique, all right? All right, just shortens the muscle, okay? Or you can use the legs. Can you bend your knees, please? Okay. So the right one does what? it does right rotation, left rotation. So eye for eye, ipsilateral, right? So right rotation.
Right.
Okay. Right. So when I do this, that is left rotation. This is right rotation. That's how you shorten the muscle by doing this action. Okay. So if you're in the clinic and you totally forget it, right? Just move back and forth until it shortens up, right? So that shortens up here, right? I could shorten up even more further by doing that. Now it's hard for my body here, so then take the legs up, please. Drop down, right? So I'm rotating her, flexing her. Now that muscles relax. Okay, so breathe in for me. And when you breathe out, let my fingers sink in, relax, sink, 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 sink. Just like sinking, like sinking command, right? Breathe in, and let go, let muscles relax, let go heavy, let go heavy, go heavy. That didn't work for her either. Breathe in, alright? Let your rib cages fall to the side. Fall to the side. And that's starting to work tiny bit, okay? Again, breathe in, and let it sink. Sometimes, see what my hand is here? It's confusing. I'm all over the place, right? So I'm gonna isolate to the spot I want, and then breathe in. I'm gonna give it a little. This, so she knows this is the guy I want to relax. Are you ticklish? No way. For here, okay. Breathe in and relax. Okay. So once again, you cross the ankle. Oh, you have to cross the ankle so it doesn't fall off, right? Then you could do what? Stretching, okay? So now you move it this way, right? To stretch, okay? So keeping your knees down. And that's stretching, right? The obliques, can you scoot over that way a little bit? Okay? But the problem is that, remember when you're stretching, one thing has to stay still, right? It attaches to the ribs. So you have to hold the ribs, and that's stretching the obliques. Okay. Use my legs.
Feel the stretch?
Hmm?
Should they feel the stretch?
No, right now you will. All right. So right now, right, I use my leg here to get more of a stretch now. Okay. And then instead, then you can free your hand. Thank you for ultrasound gel. We use for lubricant, and then we'll do this here. Can you actually just like on top of here, and then down. Okay. So you can do the myofascial release that way.
If you didn't have an ultrasound machine, how would you know if it was EO or IO bulging?
Well, you could the wiggle test, right? Because the
Proving that it was IO. The wiggle.
I or EO, they both attach to the ribcage, right? So you lose the extensibility.
But then to know which one to shorten or which one.
So remember the IO, so the EO goes like this, right? So when you might get the ribs will sink in. IO was, since they attach from here to here, will open up, right? And that's why I said if you're not certain, just move the knees back and forth until it shortens. And that tells you whether it's IO or EO. Okay? So that's how you release the muscle, all right? And then she needs more work, but we don't have much time, right? When you get to practice, so you release it, right? And then you go back to the activation and see that helps. Okay? Releasing. Well, let's see how she's doing. Okay. She needs more releasing, more time. I still haven't received payment for my IE yet, therefore I can't render more future services. All ready? Fire. Relax. Sorry, more job. Okay, fire. Oh, there you go. See, it's a little bigger now. See that? Relax. You see? Again. Relax. Alright, okay, this guy over here, right? Getting bigger. Can you do it again? Not so much. Right there, it's getting bigger. There you go. See, it's getting bigger right there. More she concentrates. Relax. Okay? So she needs more work, alright? But you have to release the muscle in order to get a contraction. Okay? Now, let's suppose she was a different case scenario where, like, it wasn't IO dominant. It's just the muscle just won't fire. Okay, so like I said, you can try different positioning, or you can try use co-contraction on different muscles. Right, you can use the pelvic floor muscles, right, or you can try her activate her multifidus, right. So the pelvic floor ones, you could tell them pretend you're trying to stop the flow of your urine to see if that gets a contraction. So let's see what happens with her. And can you hold your pee essentially? Actually, one second. No. Okay, can you hold your pee? Oh, that works good. All right, relax. Oh, she gets a sliding. There you go. Do it again. There you go. Good. All right. So for her, co-contraction gets that going. So I'm going to use that for my training. Okay. So remember, if it doesn't turn on, different position, different cue, all right? Co-contraction, right? If you get two with co-contraction of the superficial muscles, you need to release those muscles and then try again. Okay. So that's the most common thing that will happen. And once they get it, they learn it in supine. Then they must learn it what? In the functional task, like forward bending, backward bending, having the fire, then bend forward, fire, and bend backwards. Okay? Right? So 1A is practice the releases of those muscles, right? And activation of tremors abdominis, okay?